And speaking of LCGs, we just announced the Arkham Horror LCG earlier this week as well. And to tell you more about that is Corey Knitska.
That's close enough. Hey everyone, Arkham Horror LCG. We just announced. A lot of people really excited about it. Stop by the booth, play a demo. I think this game we've been working on for a long time. Nate French, a lot of people probably know him, worked on a lot of our LCGs. In addition to being the core designer of Lord of the Rings LCG, he's designing this game along with Matt Newman, who's a longtime Lord of the Rings designer. So they've really crafted a really excellent game here that kind of blends a traditional card game along with some kind of role-playing experiences. There's a lot of kind of text on the cards that like really gets you into the theme and the story, and they're really taking kind of what we developed in Lord of the Rings and learning all those lessons and taking it to another level as far as kind of the stories and the types of things we can do. One of the main differences between this and, say, Lord of the Rings is that you play a single character. So you've got your investigator that you're playing, and everybody at the table is their own investigator, and your character is your deck, and your character has strengths, but they also have weaknesses. So each character has some negative cards that get shuffled into their deck. One of them is particular to that character, like, my character's got a drinking problem or whatever, like, that's in the deck. That stinks, don't draw that card. But there's also other random weaknesses that start out in your deck. So at the very beginning of the game, when you build your deck, you choose all your good cards, and then some bad stuff shows up, so watch out for that. But the other thing that makes this game, I think, different than Lord of the Rings is right from the beginning there's a campaign. So I told you build your deck at the beginning, and this deck is going to evolve over time. You're going to be gaining experience points as you complete quests. You're going to be able to add new cards into your deck. But in addition to that, it really ties into the storytelling. You're going to be making decisions during scenarios you play. They're going to carry over to the next scenario. It's really interesting. When I was playtesting the first campaign, I got to the very end of the last scenario, and I get to this part where the game asks me, it's like, hey, did you make this decision back in that first scenario way back when? I'm like, yes, I did. Why? It turns out god-awful stuff is going to happen to me now because I completely made a terrible moral choice early on. We shouldn't talk about that. That's coming late this year, so like I said, check it out at the booth. I think it's going to be really something special, so we're really excited for it.